Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Now this is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, and we're located on the north spawn of Serene Coast. Now the commander of this vehicle is MIX344, that's MIHX. Not quite sure what it means, but anyway, battle has commenced and he's moving. Oh, no. Trying to shove that heavy into action. Well, that's one way of making friends. Okay, he's headed off for the usual spot, up in the trees. Not one place I would normally go to, actually, because it's so well used. Everyone knows to look in this area for tracer, and therefore you're more than likely going to get spotted. Okay, now he's searching for targets. Round out on the... Oh my god, he took out that Type 64 with a snapshot. He wasn't even fully dialed in, but he took him out. Good shot. That's his first kill on the board. Okay, we've got a T71 there, hiding behind the rock, and looks like he's reloading. Fires the round in, but it goes to one side. There's a KV-1S there. Oh, he did stun the T71. Okay. Right, now is he going to go for this KV-1S? He's just received a hit from somebody else, but he's going to go for the T71 again. Fires it into the corner, and he actually wipes out the T71. He must have had sufficient damage for a splash kill to do the job. So that's his second kill already. Okay, still reloading, but this KV-1S is determined to get down into that gap. Is he going to get it in time? Well, he's stopped in the bush, round out. Hits the rock, but it actually does a lot of splash damage. 225. And the KV-1S goes down, which means he gets the assistance. Okay, T-34 hiding behind the rock. Can just reach him. Just. Narrow shot though. And he splashes him instead. The rock, the shell hits the rock face, but the stun's enough to do the job. And that... T-34 just received another splash hit as well, but VK-2801 round out. He wasn't paying attention, and that's 368 hit points and a Naidin's medal as well. That must mean he took out both of the enemy Arty, or both of the enemy light tanks rather, in this game. Okay, AT-2 British tank destroyer. No, it hits the rock face, but it still does splash damage. 14 hit points, and he's ignoring the WC-131. That AT-2 is determined to move north. Okay, and he's now receiving fire from the WC-131 because he ignored it. Round out. No, it lands nearby, but it gets stun assist. Right, now what was drawn his attention? I think it was because the enemy Arty, an SU-8, was seen, and there was the tracer. Round out. And he's killed it! So, he's taken out one of the enemy Arty. There's still two out there. Okay, that was his fourth kill of the game. We've got a Cromwell B on a hot approach, coming in as fast as he can. And an IS over there. And he gets a direct hit on the IS for 143. The Cromwell's been stopped by the 3002. Okay, he's adjusting his position to centre his arc to avoid any rescue or bloom. It's always a wise precaution to do. Now, that Cromwell's on the move again. Round out. No, it's going to miss. He left it a bit too late. But the Cromwell appears to be taking precautions. He's dodging the rocks now because he knows Arty's in play. He knows he's getting close and he doesn't want to get hit. He has been hit by Arty. That's a big yellow mark from the Arty shell on the turret of that Cromwell. And he's down to 18 hit points, so a splash will be enough to kill him. Okay, the IS is coming up behind him. Ready to go in a second. Almost ready. And round out. And a splash kill. Takes out the Cromwell B. Okay, now is he going to consider moving? Nope. He's going to stay with that IS. I think he was just considering his options. The IS is now a splash kill. Round out. Kill shot. That was a direct hit, and that's his top gun. Okay, now he's looking further down. There was a T-29 seen earlier. Now we're looking for a Panzer IV-S. Now those are quite dangerous Panzer IVs because they've got that corrugated steel, well, not corrugated steel, it's more of a mesh steel sides, and they're very difficult to destroy. There was a reward tank from some time ago, good few years ago actually. He's been seen in the cap. He's defending the cap, but there's a T-67 seen over there by that bush, and I think he's going to blind fire the bush. And we'll have to wait and see if he actually did hit the T-67. But that Panzer IV-S has just taken out the Stug 3G. So it just goes to show how dangerous they are. Now, enemy Arty's been spotted. I go for the Guerrilla first, it's the slower one. The S-51 can do more damage, but he's more than likely going to get a hit on the Guerrilla. Round out. No, he missed the Guerrilla. Now he's going to have to wait until he's reloaded to go for the S-51. Or is he going to go to 60G? I go the S-51 this time. Okay, line it up and round out. Oh, we got him! Direct hit. T-67's gone down. That means there's only the Guerrilla over in that corner. The Panzer IV-S and the 60G FT. Now he's being pinged to, or he's pinging the map to the Panzer IV-S. He wants to know where it is. They can see the 60G FT. He's lining up. Zeroing in. This shot will be for Radley's. Round out. Oh, he got him! That's a Radley Walters. 8 kills. Now there's still 2 enemy left, so he could do a Paul's medal. There's the Panzer IV-S. It's been spotted. Okay, he's lining up the shot. Come on. Get it right. And work out where it's going to go. Line up the shot. And remember, it's a long flight time. No, I think that was definitely going to miss because that Panzer IV-S can move quite fast. Okay, he's knocking those trees down. Doesn't matter now because there is only one enemy Arty left. It's the Guerrilla. And we think he's in that corner. We're looking for the tracer just in case he fires. Well, he didn't fire, but Mix did. Blind firing bushes can actually sometimes yield dividends. I do it myself, and you think of the most likely places that the enemy is actually going to sit yourself in, and 9 times out of 10 it's a bush. They'll pick a bush, they'll sit there, and you blind fire the bush, and all of a sudden a wreck appears. Now, Mix has decided he's going to go over to the peninsula, but he's not going actually onto the long peninsula. He's actually going to go onto the small little island. Now that suggests to me that he thinks the Panzer IV-S is headed this way, and he wants to be able to cover his cap from a different location. I think it probably would have been easier for him to start capping the other end. The T-29's covering this side. The M12 is in the Arty position, so he's probably going to assist the T-29. I'm not sure if that T-29 is AFK. He does look as if he's near the spawn point. And he hasn't got any kills. But he will still act as a sentry. And we can see he's already taken some damage from somebody. Now he's looking for the tracer from the Guerrilla, or thinking where it's likely to be. He's firing, going to fire at the bush. Nope, no joy on that. It is a long way away. The one thing he does need to do though is he needs to react like lightning. Ooh, don't get close to the edge. He needs to react like lightning the moment that Panzer IV-S is seen, and to target it, because that Panzer... Oh, he started... The T-29 just lost some health. So he is under fire. And he's under fire from the Arty because he's stunned. Okay, that means the Panzer IV-S must be spotting for the Arty. And there's the Panzer IV-S. He's on that corner. He's taking shots. Round out. Oh, direct hit. 242. Now, can the M12 do the same? He does! and he takes out the Panzer IVs. And that means, unfortunately, Mix will not be able to get the Paul's Medal now, because the M12 took that kill. Mind you, Mix did get a large amount of damage with that shot, so we'll have to wait and see. The M44 is saying he actually slowed down to stop to actually type a message saying, let me hunt him. And that's a good idea, because he's already got 2 of the Arty. If he can get the third one, that's a counter battery. And I'm sure the M12 would be happy to let him do that. The T29's not going to move at all because he's still AFK. So he's not going to be any good to hunt. And of course the M44 is a fast Arty. It's not the fastest. That's the Burt, the FB304. The second fastest and third fastest are actually the Bachatillon. Now that round came in from the Grilla. So it does appear that he is still firing at the last known position for the T29. He wasn't taking a shot at Mix, but I think we can guess that he's over here on the west side of the battlefield. Now the only question is, who's going to spot who first? And who's going to be better at the shotgun? There's the Grilla. Now, has he been seen? He's dialing in the aim. He's aiming properly with the battle assistant. Oh, he missed! Oh dear! Well, the M12 is now targeting. He indicated target. Mix is backing up. He's going to have to reload and go for a shotgun, because that Grilla is getting rather close. But I'm not sure if the Grilla's going to be loaded in time, will he? He might be. Oh, the Grilla's unprepared. He's turned the wrong way. And that's a shotgun for the win. And Radley Walters and the collarband and a counter battery fire medal as well. Wow. I almost said Kolobanov, but it wasn't a Kolobanov. But that's a really good ending to that battle. Let's have a look at the results. And it's his first mark. He actually got his first mark of excellence with the M44. So well done to Mix. He also picked up a first class tanker in the M44. He got a bruiser badge, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 15. He got a Radley Walters for killing at least 8 of the enemy. And he picked up the Naidin's medal for killing all of the enemy light tanks, at least 3. And he took them out one after the other. If I remember correctly, it was the Type 64 he took out first. Then he took out the T71. And then he took out the VK2801, who was rather stupidly just sitting there with his posterior, his arse, out to Mix. And Mix just took advantage of it. And a lovely shot it was too. And he picked up a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. And lastly, he got the counter battery fire medal for getting at least killing all 3 remaining Arty, or all of the enemy Arty rather. And those of course were the Grilla, the SU8, and lastly the S51. So well done indeed, Mix. Let's have a look at the team scores, see how well you did. Well, you got 1,790 hit points, which is the highest damage on your team. But the high caliber goes to that Panzerkampfwagen Fear Mark 6, which is the Fear S, or is it Schmaltern, which is the top version of the Panzer IV. Very difficult beast to kill. So he picks up the high caliber, and Mix picks up the highest number of kills with 8, and he also picks up the highest XP with 1,105 experience points altogether. So he fired 24 rounds, got 8 direct hits, 8 penetration, and 8 splash damage. He did damage of 1,790 hit points, of which 1,550 were at more than 300 meters. He hit 12 of the enemy, so that's 4/5 of the enemy team was hit by him. So he was really busy, but he only killed 8 of them. But 8 is still more than half. He did damage assistance of 158 hit points and stun assistance of 482 off 8 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 27,193 credits, and because the ammunition for the 155mm on the M44 is rather cheap, he still managed to take home 15,073 credits. he received 1105 XP, and he also had a personal reserves going at the same time for 1105, which is 100% personal reserves, so he took home a total of 2210 altogether. So 8 kills, his first mark of excellence. What more could you ask for? Oh, and the Naidin's medal on top of that. So very, very nice battle indeed, Mix. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in our next video.